Yesterday, I made a video telling you guys about the fact that Samantha Smith, that's her on the left, that's Nipsey Hussle's sister, was attempting to gain temporary guardianship or temporary legal guardianship over his 10-year-old daughter, Imani. As many of you know, Imani was actually living with Nipsey at the time of his tragic death. And so Samantha felt that in order to provide a stable environment for this child, who has been through a lot, by the way, in the last month or so, it would be best for her to take over the role as legal guardian and make those major decisions that any guardian would make. But as of yesterday, a judge denied that request of Samantha's because the judge felt that there was no urgency demonstrated on their part. In other words, this child was not in any immediate danger, and so there was no need to make a decision as of now, and that they would reconvene on May 14th, where they would have a full hearing. And the judge also added that Imani's mother, Tanisha, also known as Chyna Hussle, that's her on the right, should be given notice of the hearing. All right, that they couldn't make any decisions like that when there was a living parent out there that didn't even know that this was taking place. And I think that's only fair. Now, regardless of what people may think of Chyna Hussle based on her Instagram posts, and I've said this before, a lot of people are judging this woman based off of Instagram, based off of what she's put out there, and I can understand that. I absolutely understand that. However, she is the only living parent that Imani has right now. And it takes a lot for a court to deem a parent unfit. All right. And that being said, unless she does something that deems her unfit, the judge could definitely allow Imani to go back to her mother because, again, she is the only living parent. Now, I feel that had Samantha handled this differently, it is possible that Chyna would allow her daughter to live with Samantha and Nipsey's family. I mean, this is where she's been growing up. She's been living. She's going to school there. It seems like it would just be the right thing to do to keep her stable because she's already lost so much. You know, do you really want her to change houses, to change schools, to change friends? That would be a lot. That would be overwhelming for any child. But I don't know if Samantha went about it the right way. That's just my opinion. Now, we don't know. Again, we don't know what's going on behind the scenes here. If there's a reason for Samantha to say, you know what, we don't want her to go back there. And based on a lot of comments that I've seen online, some people are saying Chyna Hussle doesn't have custody of any of her children, which is why Nipsey had custody. We don't know that. I don't know that. I don't want to sit here and say that that's true when I actually cannot confirm that. But it's up to the courts to decide. And like I said, if a child still has a living parent and that parent is deemed fit to take care of that child, more than likely that's what will happen. I do feel, though, if there was a better relationship between Samantha and Chyna, which it sounds like it's not. Samantha didn't even make it known to Tanisha, to Chyna Hussle, that she was even attempting to do this, which to me will only breed animosity between these two families. I don't know if they don't want her to go back to him because that means that there will be some kind of financial thing that Chyna will get a certain amount of money and maybe they don't trust her to have that kind of money, you know. Or again, maybe she's just not stable. I don't know. I think that the courts will pretty much sort this out and try to figure it out. But like I said, I just feel like if it had been handled differently, it's possible that Chyna would have allowed Samantha to continue to take care of her. You know, again, being that it is stable, being that that's where her friends are, and that you don't want to change up this child's life too much. It's already been changed drastically. That will never go back to normal ever again. This is their new normal. But at least if they had an amicable relationship between the two of them, this could have been worked out. And now I don't know what it's going to look like because a lot of people feel like Samantha is doing this behind her mother's back and it's going to get ugly. And I can't imagine that either one of these women want this to get ugly for this child who's already lost so much. And I hope that they can work this out somehow, you know. People bringing up Lauren. Lauren has nothing to do with this. Lauren was not married to Nipsey, so she has no legal recourse in this. None. And that's why I'm really curious as to maybe Nipsey may have put something in his will talking about guardianship over money, and maybe that's why Samantha's doing this. But maybe she should have went about it a different way so that this can work out for Imani, because that's all that matters in this, that Imani has a stable environment, and that despite that she's lost so much, we know she's lost so much, that things can at least remain a little normal for this little girl. I hope it works out.